Good morning, everyone. This is BremSter, and today I'm coming to you with a puzzle called 1415s by FullDeck and missing a few cards, where we have 14 15s in the grid. This is going to be a little bit interesting. So before I get onto the puzzle, of course, yesterday we released the Cagey Constraints Sudoku pack on the channel. And this is a pack of 32 puzzles based around the killer constraint. It's the third pack in a series. The first two packs were released back in late 2022. So yeah, a long delay there, which is completely on me. But yeah, the pack is now released and there will be videos for these puzzles coming in a few weeks, which will be released on the channel. Members of my Patreon or of my YouTube channel will have access to those videos now, but I will start releasing those videos publicly in a couple of weeks. Links to the pack below. Let's have a look at 1415s by FullDeck and missing a few cards. So we have normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. We have X sums. So the blue numbers outside the grid are X sums clues. And they give the sum, they're also the clues without the arrows. So they're the ways you can also identify them if you have color issues. They give the sum of the first n digits in that row or column, where n is the digits closest to the given clue. So for example, if this was a 4, then that would say that the first 4 cells here would have to sum to 15. So that's how that works. Little killer, clues outside the grid with an arrow are the sum of the digits in the cells along the indicated diagonal. Digits may repeat along the diagonals if allowed by other rules. I don't think that's actually possible in this puzzle. That may not have needed to be included. But anyway, so the sum of those is 15, the sum of those is 15, and that's the same for all of the little killers. And then killer. So the cages, digits in cages must sum to the number in the top left corner of the cage. Digits may not repeat within a cage. So it would not be possible for me to say 6, 6, and 3. That is, they do sum to 15, but it is not legal because you are repeating digits in the cage. They're the rules. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. Now, where do I want to start is an interesting question. So these, I probably want to start with the X sums, because how do you do 15? So you can't, so I can't do, I could do 15 in 2 digits, but then I'd have to do 2, and then the next digit would have to be 13, which doesn't work. So you can't do it in 2 digits. You can't do it in 1 digit because then you're counting one cell, which is 1, and it's not a 1. You can do it in 3, 4, or 5 because 5 digits. So I can do it in 3 because then you have 3. Now, I'm not worrying about digits that are already in the grid. I'm just thinking about X sums clues in general. You can do it in 3 because then you have 3 and 2 digits that sum to 12, and you can make 2 digits sum to 12. You can do it in 4 because then you've got 4 and then you've got 3 digits that sum to 11, and you can do it in 5 because then you've got a 5 and 4 digits that sum to 10, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4. You can't do it in 6 because then you would need 6 and then you would need 5 digits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that sum to 9. But the minimum you can put into 5, if you've got a 5, would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 is 16, not 9. So that doesn't work. You can't use 6. It'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is 15. But anyway, if you did 6, you've blown the total. Because the other way of looking at it is the minimum that 6 digits could sum to is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is 21, not 15. So it's only 3, 4, and 5 that is possible in all of these cells. And this one is offset, and I need to fix that before I release the puzzle. It'll be okay for the recording, but I do need to fix this 15. Now these can't be 3s because there's a 3 in the box. So this is 4 and 5. So one of these is a 5 length and one of these is a 4 length. So one of these is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One of these is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This has got to matter, but that is also a 15. But if this can't be the 5, because if this was the 5, this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that would have no fill. That's the 4, that's the 5, and these are 1, 2, and 4, and there's no 4 there, so there is a 4 down here. Because if this was the 5, these would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that would have no fill. Bingo. So this isn't 4, this is 3 or 5, and this can't be the 5, because if this is 5, these would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's a 4 there. That's a 3. There's no 3 there. Right. This is cool. The 5, of course, makes this the 4. The 3 takes 3 out of here. This can't be 5 because this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that would have no fill. That's a 4, which takes 4 out of there. This can't be 5 because this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's a 4 there. That's a 3. This one could be 5 because this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe. But we've now made some progress. These now have to sum to 10. Now, a 10 is a low digit and a high digit. It has to be 1, 9, 2, 8, 3, 7, or 4, 6. Now, I can't use 3, 7, or 4, 6. So this is either 1, 9, or 2, 8. Now, I can't put 1 there, so I can't put 9 there. But I now have a virtual 1, 2 pair. 1 is in one of those two. So 1 is in one of those two by Sudoku. But these now have to sum to 12. Because I've got a 3 here. Ooh, there's all sorts of stuff going on now. These have to sum to 12. They're not 9, 3. They're not 8, 4. They're 7, 5. These are 7 and 5 because you can't use 6, 6. This is very cool. But these have to sum to 11. So if this was 4, 7, they would be 11, and that would need to be another 4, which doesn't work. So that's the 5, that's the 7. These are 9, and that's a 6. This is so cool. This is 2, 8, and 9. This is so cool. Now, this just works. Now, these have to sum to 12. Now, I can't use 9, 3. I can't use 8, 4. I can use 7, 5. So these are 7, 5. The 5 looks down, making that the 7 and that the 5. These are now known. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9 go into those. But these have to sum to 10 because there's a 5 here. So it's either 9, 1 or 6, 4. So this is 1 or 4. And the 4 makes that the 1, which makes that the 9. This is just a nice little puzzle. This is a triple. 2, 4, 6. There's no 2 there. So 2 is down here. There's no 4 there. So 4 is in one of those two. These have to sum to 9. I can't use 1, 8 because I can't put 1 in any of them. I could use 2, 7. I can't use 3, 6. I could use 4, 5. This 15 clue, offset 15 clue is bugging me, but I will fix it for those of you before I release the puzzle. Okay. Now, there is a trick I know about this 15 clue, which it has to be fully entropic, because a 15 in 3 cells, where they all see each other, like a 15 cage, is either 4, 5, 6, or there's a low digit, a middle digit, and a high digit. And the reason for that is you can't use 2 low digits, low being 1, 2, 3, mid being 4, 5, 6, and high being 7, 8, 9. You can't use 2 low digits in a 3-cell 15 clue because the highest you could use is 2, 3, and then the other digit would have to be 10. You can't use 2 high digits because the lowest you could use would be 7, 8, and the next digit would have to be a 0. So you can't use 2 low digits and you can't use 2 high digits. So the most you can use is 1 low digit and the most you can use is 1 high digit. Now, if you use 2 mid digits, so 4, 5 or 4, 6 or 5, 6. The other digit is by maths, mid. So you end up with 4, 5, 6. So if you use 1 low digit, then if you use a low digit, then the other two digits must be a mid and a high to get you there. Because if you use two mids, the other digit is mid. So you either have a low, a mid, and a high, so a fully entropic line, or you have all three mids. And this can't be all three mids because you don't have 4 available. So there must be a 1 or a 3 on this. I can't put a 1 there or there. I can't put a 3 there or there. So there's either a 1 there or a 3 there. I can't put... I'm not sure what's going on with that. I've got to put a 5 there or a 6 in one of those. I'm not sure what that's doing for me yet. Oh, it's this 4 clue. I know what that digit is because these are 8 plus 4 is 12. That's a 3 because this is 15 in 4. This is 15 in 4. Oh, okay. So these have... Right. This is 15 in 3. This is 15 in 4. So those sum to 30. Now, an entire row of the Sudoku sums to 45. So this is 15 and this is 15. So those two digits have to sum to 15. So those are 15 in 2 digits. But there's only 2 ways of doing 15 in 2 digits. 9 plus 6 or 8 plus 7. And I can't use 8 plus 7. So this is 6, 9. So these are 1, 2... I've got 3, 4, 1, 2, and 8. And if I do 1, 2, 8, and 4, that is a correct way of making 15. There's no 1 there. Oh, there's no 2 in any of those. So this is 8, 1, 2. That's really clever. This is just nice. So now these need to sum to 14 because I've got a 1 on this 15. So there's my 1. So I can't put 3 in those, but these need to be these need to sum to 14. That's basically what I need to think about. There's only 2 ways of doing that. You can either make it 9, 5, or you can make it 8, 6, and I can't make it 8, 6. So this is 5 and 9. And the 9 makes that the 5 and that the 9. So these are 3, 6, and 7. There's no 3. The 3, 6 looks down, making that the 7, and this is a 3, 6 looking up. The 9 looks up saying that's not the 9. Can I resolve the 3, 6? I'm not sure. This is so cool. So this is now a mid and a high. But I know what these 2 digits are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 9 go into those, and that 6 makes that the 9 and that the 6. 1 is in one of those 2 by Sudoku. So if this is 3, these would... Hang on, this can't be a 5 now, for sure. Because if this is a 5, these would have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's not either a 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. Now, even if this is 4, that might be problematic. Because this would be a minimum of 4, 6. And then these would have to sum to 5. Which would be 2 and 3. Which could actually work. But there is a 3 in here. And if this is a 4, this is 2, 3. And if this is 3, these have to sum to 12. Well, they couldn't be 6, 6. So they'd be 9, 3. Either way, that's a 3. So that is a 4. Holy cow, that's crazy. So this is 2 and 6. That is absolutely bonkers. That's the 9. The 3 makes that the 6 and that the 3. That makes that the 4. That takes 4 out of there, and that is a 2, 6 pair. That's crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 and 8 to go into those. There's no 4 there. So if I take 4 out of there, that's not a 5. So 6, 7 would make that 2. 6, 5 would make that 4. That is correct. Oh, but the 2 makes that the 4. So that's 10. That is 5. This is a 4, 5, 6. Which means I don't I don't know. That's a 7 now. So I've done that X sum, I've done that X sum, I've done that X sum, I've done that X sum. I haven't done this X sum. I probably should have. Because I know there's a 1 in one of these two. Hang on, does that mean that has to be 2 or 8? I think that has to be 2 or... Oh, actually, I could have done this differently. It's the same trick as down here, and I just missed it. Those 4 digits sum to 15. Those 3 digits sum to 15. Those have to sum to 15, and I can't use the 7. So those are 9 and 6, and the 6 looks up making that 9 and that 6. So this has to be from 1 to 8, and it can't be a 1. It's from 2 or 8. That is exactly the same trick, and those now sum. Right, now, that's done. But I still haven't figured out that 10, have I? So it's these cages. So these have to sum to 12 because I've got a 3. Okay, so let's look at that. I can't use 9, 3. I could use 8, 4. I can't use 7, 5 and 6, 6 is blatantly impossible. So this is 4, 8, which looks down making this the 1 and this the 8, which looks up making that the 2, which makes that the 1, which makes that the 8. Now these sum to 13, so that's the 2. This is cool, which takes the 2 out of there, makes that 6 and that 2. This is a triple, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 9. There's no 6 there. There's no 6 there. That's the 6. This is good fun. There's no 1 in either of those. That is a 2-4 pair. Oh, that's just the 1 by Sudoku since I got that one. So this is a triple. 3, 6 and 7. Now there's no 3 there, there's no 6 there. There must be a 6 in... there's no 6 there. This is a 6. So these have to sum to 9. 7, 2 or 3. So this is 7 and 2. The 7 makes that the 9 and that the 7. The 9 looks back making that the 8, which makes that the 2 and that the 9. This is so much fun. 7 makes that 3. The 2 makes that 4. Have I done all of the clues now? I have done all of the clues now. The 8 makes that the 4 and that the 8. And now I have completely done all of the clues. I'm just down to Sudoku. 1, 2, 3 and 8 go into those. The 8 looks up making that the 3 and that the 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 go in, and I've got the 9, which makes that the 5 and that the 9. These are triples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 7. There's a 2 and a 7, which makes that the 4, taking the 4 out of those. The 2 makes that the 7 and that the 2. 1, 5, 8 go in. I've got an 8 there. I've got a 1 there. I've got a 5 there. So don't know. Let's look at this triple. 1, 3, 7. I've got a 3 and a 7, so that makes that the 1. So I can use the 1 to jump back, making that the 5, which makes that the 8, which makes that the 1. The 7 looks back, making that the 3 and that the 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to put a 5, and I can't using those. I can put it there. 6, 7. These become 8 and 9. I'll use that 8 to make that the 9 and that the 8. And that is the solution to the puzzle. 16 minutes and 15 seconds of pure absolute 15 joy. 14 15s giving you just a lot of fun. That was great fun. That was cool. I'm sorry. I get sent a lot of full deck and missing a few cards puzzles, and I always run them through testing just to make sure that I pick the cream of the crop, because it would be very, very... I don't want to turn this into a full deck and missing a few cards channel. I mean, they get sold for me, and that's awesome and all of that, but I don't just want to showcase their puzzles over and over and over and over, as much as tempting as that is. This was a lot of fun, though. I love this one. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Full Deck and Missing a Few Cards, for all of the support that you give the channel. And yeah, as always to everyone, I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. And yeah, check out the Cagey Constraints Puzzle Pack, of course. And as always, good luck with your solving.